Welcome to RX1 Nation Live with Claxton and Corbet. We're getting ready for race 2 of the Gatineau Series and race 1 of the Montreal East Series. Is that right?
That's Montreal West. So yeah, it's going to be their
Montreal,
first one.
Montreal,
Yeah,
yes, Montreal West, yeah.
Montreal West.
And I don't know about you. I'm jacked up for this one because this is one of my favorite venues. I like this one. I've had good performances at this one. I like the layout. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the one you get hyped up for too.
Oh man, that's my favorite of the year. I mean, it's cowboy all over me, and the whole event is cowboys. So my friend Eric here has been tired of country music since since this morning, but it's gonna roll until Saturday late night.
Nice, nice. All right. So want to go through the course? We'll take a look at that and see how it rolls out. Then we'll have a couple of questions about it. Let me just get the screen share go here. If I can get it to work. There it is. All right. Here we go. So we're starting out.
Yeah, so we're starting out with the wheelbarrow carry.
Mhm.
The wheelbarrow itself is at least a minimum 100 pounds itself, just a wheelbarrow. And we'll go as high as 200 pounds for the pros. So basically, we have no weights on it, 50, 100, 150, and up to 200 pounds on a wheelbarrow. And it will be somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 meters in distance.
Ooh, so that's long. So we're talking like all the way back and forth across the soccer field kind of thing.
Pretty much, yeah. So that's what we're going to try to do tomorrow. We've laid out the course tonight. It looks like we'll be able to match that 200 meters. Will be something basically going around barrels, actual barrels they use in rodeos.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh
going
yeah.
around different barrels, and we should be able to make it up to that 200 meters.
You think so what do you think for strategy? How you think you rest? You try to gut it out? What do you do?
Hey, my. Well, I think it depends on your strength. If your strength is the running, then you could kind of take it a bit easy on that one and then kill yourself. If you don't have a good run, then aim for a good wheelbarrow carry. I mean, my take on it is you don't need your forearms to run, so
Let them
don't
burn.
drop don't drop the wheelbarrow. That's my aim.
There we go. All right. So and then like you say, we're on to a 2K run. And correct him, am I correct in saying this is going to be like we've had before?
Yeah,
Um,
it's the same thing as the last 2 years. And by the way, whoever listens to that on Thursday night, there's changes possible on the Fridays. Okay, so I'm
yeah.
I'm giving you about 90% reality what's going on, but always on Fridays when we do the last minute setup, there could be some changes. So we got some commentary last week saying that, oh, you said so many meters, it wasn't this, and don't take any of what I'm saying for 100% granted, but it's close enough that you can make up your plan based on what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're telling you the plan, not not what it might be actuality.
Exactly.
So yeah, 2K run, that's kind of partially, if I remember it, partially trail, a little bit on the grass and
That's it.
some on the
Pretty
road.
much all flat. Not a hard one.
No, no, no. All right, so 2K there, and then we're into, and this is one of my favorites. I love this, the dumbbell snatch and overhead carry.
Yep.
Any idea roughly how, like we last year we had the devil press kind of
It
in
was
this scenario.
much harder last year with the devil press. I find it's a bit easier this year with that snatch. I mean, we went with the highest. We always have a range for the dumbbells in every
Yeah.
category. We went for the highest of the range. So for some athletes, it could be a bit hard, but for most athletes, it's not that hard of a station. Again, though, we're going over a 200-meter total. That's still the goal right there.
And what do you figure, like every 10 meters you do another rep roughly?
Just about, yeah, just about every 10 meters we do one rep.
Yeah, the thing I love about this is that you don't get worried about the judging because you just you get it overhead and you carry it overhead and it makes makes the judging so much easier.
Yeah,
It's one of my favorites. And then we're back out on another 2K run.
you basically go back on the same route that you came in. You go out that same route, same thing.
All right. And then we're on to the sled drag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sled drag again. Looking for 200 meters. Okay, that will be my goal tomorrow. I mean, I've looked at the layout today. It really looked possible to get it done. But still, when we put everything on field, sometimes things changes a little bit, But we're aiming for all three carries to be 200 meters. That's what we're hoping for tomorrow in our setup.
So in this sled drag, and as we can see in the video, he's dragging the sled behind him.
Yeah.
Do we have to go in that position, or can you pull it in different
My under
ways?
my understanding, again, like I said, I mean the rules. I mean, look at the guide. You got the guide tonight. Whatever's in the guide, that's what we do.
Okay.
But from my understanding, yes, the ends on the back like that, and you're pulling forward.
All right. And then we're going to rock right from that into the rep zone.
Yep. So we have the rep zone, which I like to call rodeo zone for this particular event. We set it up very differently than usual. There's no lanes. There's just bars on one side and a rig on the other side, and you do your six rep on one side, and you go on the other side. You do your 6 6 6, and you just roll basically, kind of like in a circle, going from the bar zone to the rig zone to the bar zone to the rig zone all the way down from 6 to 1. It's The judge plays a big role in this, to keep you on track on what you're at.
Mhm.
And same thing for the bars. I mean, there's going to be like I think believe 18 or 19 bars along. So you just pick whatever bar is free, and so you never had the same space. Don't expect to. That was my bar. Bar number 5 was my
Yeah.
bar. I go back to it. No, and someone might be on it when you get back to it. But the distance travel in that rodeo for everyone will be the same. We made it so that nobody's going to end up running more than someone else, while we're doing it.
So in our pro division here, they're doing burpees to bar muscle ups, and then for example, in the experts, we're doing burpee to pull ups. And one of the questions I saw arise, and it was one that I would have had myself too, is it was that the pull ups still need to be not a jumping pull up, but like
Exactly. So basically, we're putting the burpees to target. That means you do the burpees, your hands get on the bar. That's your burpees to target. Then a pull up always starts with the arms straight from the bottom. So it's a burpees to target plus a pull up, to be more exact.
yeah, so you're almost going to have like a little pause when you grab that bar to have that full
Exactly.
extension because sometimes you're
Exactly.
going to grab the bar with bent arms, you're going to have to go down and then all the way back
Exactly.
up.
I
But
call quite a
obviously,
bit of. Sorry, no, sorry. Go ahead.
but obviously kipping is still allowed. It's not a strict pull up though.
That's it. Yeah, you can do however you want as far as that. Same thing for the bar muscle up. But I've called a lot of no reps yesterday from that. So like they're not completely in a pause position before they actually get up. So in practice for the team this week, there was quite no reps for that. So that's something the judge will have to look into.
Yeah, I think this is the spot where the judges are going to have to be the most
Yeah.
on their toes.
Well,
Absolutely.
that and the clean squat, making sure that parallel really breaks on the clean squat. So those are the two things that we talked to Albert and Elena, our two
Mhm.
head judge, to really, really keep an eye on it.
All right, so we keep going here. Like you said, the bar muscle ups for the pros. And then we got the pros have the wall facing handstand push-ups and then work our way down as well from there. So they're obviously kipping from a wall facing not really possible. But in the experts,
I actually no, it is. It is actually if you it is. I mean, it's something that it is allowed, and the clients that's what they're doing. We look at the two pros that we have in our team,
really,
and they work the keeping pull up on it facing, and it works perfectly. Works really good.
I've never seen. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, well, that was the first time I saw it at the gym, and the only reason we tried it is because Jan McDuff, the course director, when he sent the rules, to the referees, that kipping was allowed in the rule, and it says it in the guide as well. So we started he was able to do it, so then why not let's try it, and it works. It's actually not that hard for the pros to do.
Yeah, I would guess you'd almost turn it in like a freestanding kind of deal.
It's very close to
Yeah.
freestanding because even like there's a few rests we're looking at. The toes are barely touching at the top. They're almost doing a free handstand push up. So you'll see it's fun to watch.
Yeah,
Really nice to watch.
I look forward to that one. That's going to be cool. All right, and as we go down to like the ab mats for the experts, and we can do kipping as well. So we're into the barbell complex here. So six
Yep,
deadlift.
deadlift. Yep, 6 deadlift, 6 squat clean, 6 shoulder to overhead, meaning that you can use whatever technique you want from the shoulders to the overhead.
Now, question. with the deadlift. So I
Yep.
complete my sixth deadlift. On the
Yep.
sixth deadlift, can I continue on into the squat
No.
clean, or I got to put it
No.
down and then do?
Exactly.
Okay, so we got to finish your sixth deadlift, put it back down, then go into your squat cleans. And then I
Exactly.
assume on your sixth squat clean, all you need to do is make a pause at the top
Exactly. You got
and
it.
go into your push press.
Yeah. That's why for whoever's listening, do not take a break after 6 squat clean because you'll end up doing 7 clean. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
rather if you have to take a break after your fifth, and then your first clean squat gets you ready for your shoulder to overhead.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Or just go unbroken like a beast.
Or that exactly. Yeah, that's so the course is that easy in a way to understand. It's not a complex course, um, but it definitely will challenge whoever is not an endurance athlete or a running athlete. They will be challenged. Like I believe it's a course made for people that are used to run, made for people or athletes that are good at endurance type of event. I think they'll do great because yes, there is strength in the barbells. The barbells are a bit heavier than usual, but not to a point to me that will break some athletes. Um, so whoever is that consider themselves as good runners and very endurance athletes, I'm expecting very good results from these athletes.
Yeah, and like what would you say? Like I consider myself more of the endurance and stuff like that from the OCR background, and more
That
just a neophyte with the barbell, just getting used to it. And in the preparations for it, the only spot I find that heavy or even noticeable is on the shoulder to overheads. You're getting a little weight there, and I can just imagine with the pros at the 165,
yeah.
like that adds up quickly. So,
Yeah.
um, another quick question, and we kind of mentioned this before on one of the other races. Width of your hand placement on the handstand push-ups.
There's going to be a square, okay, on the rubber mats. And what I believe that Jan is doing is making you're allowed to touch the square. So as long as you're touching the square or that you're inside the square, you are good. But again, that's most probably in your athlete guide list, the exact rule. But from my understanding, you can touch the line with your hands or be inside the line. There's no problem.
All right, and anything special surprises we should expect here? Anything crazy
Well,
that's going to
no,
happen?
no surprise, but expect for whoever never came before to this event, uh, expect, like we said, rodeo for the last part. It is, and the whole day is like that because we have 550, 505 athletes to the event, and the last start is around 3 o'clock. Last week we were about 400, and the last start was closer to 5 o'clock. So there's a lot of waves that are closed. They're between around 6 minutes apart for most of the waves. So we could be as high at one point as 30 athletes in the rodeo zone, in the rep zone. So don't panic. That's all I'm saying. Do not panic. There's plenty of referees for it, but don't panic on seeing so many people around you. And the spectators also in this particular event are very, very, very close to the athletes. Like you could actually touch the athletes pretty wherever they are. So don't panic. We saw Valérie Brunet in Gatineau, a client of ours, and Vaudreuil that froze on that panic. The spectators were there. They were very, very loud, and there was a battle between the four and the referees, and she panicked in that situation. So expect that as you're coming in, that you won't be alone on your side with nobody around. There's going to be a lot of athletes, a lot of spectators, and a lot of race priests. So think about it. You could have 30 athletes, 30 referees. That's 60 people right there that potentially could be at the same time, plus whatever spectators around it.
Yeah, I looked through and that intermediate group looked huge, huge. And a lot of young people too. I saw a lot of young people on there. And that's very encouraging. I
Yeah.
love seeing the young people get into it. That just builds and builds the sport. That's where you grow from.
Yeah.
So
And again, like I told you last week, pay close attention to that intermediate 55 plus. It just went up another level now with the guys from Montreal that hadn't run yet. I mean, it's crazy. It's 11 guys that are top notch runners. So really looking forward to that start.
yeah, man, it's great. I'll be sure to watch that one. I look forward to seeing it. Like you said, you get the battles and spots you just don't expect. I mean, but
Yeah.
good racing's good racing. It doesn't matter who it is or what level or what age group. Just good racing's fun to watch. So I'm all about it.
Always.
We had lots of cowboy hats, lots of country music.
Please, please do. Bring your hats, bring your boots, bring your blue jeans. It's the day for it.
All right, man. Anything else before we sign off?
That's all, my friend.
All right, everybody. Well, as always, we'll see you this weekend and bon course.
Great. Thanks, the nation. Ciao, ciao, Dave.